How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to R&D's Secret Lair, the only place where a Spuzzem like me gets to play Magic with all of you. So for tonight, it's been a little bit since I streamed, but what we're going to be doing for tonight is we're going to be aiming to get all our goals down here, kill some of the opponent's creatures, play some lands, cast some spells, maybe get some wins, and the deck that we're going to be using to do that is my little standard deck that Saffron Oliver's just playing. On his channel. Basically, the idea of the deck is make the opponent draw a whole bunch of cards, then die to Underworld Dreams and Odd Mixilus. It's pretty much the standard deck list that he was playing, minus one change, and that is that I am running Fae of Wishes, which is kind of one of my favorite cards. And the reason that we're running that is because in single game standard on Arena, you don't typically have an actual sideboard. But Fae of Wishes lets you wish and grab stuff from your sideboard, giving you a whole bunch of other options. So sort of what's the plan of the deck? Let's see. So we've got our punishers for the opponent drawing cards in Underworld Dreams and Ob Nixilis, as I said. Some ways to make them draw. Additionally, we have a payoff in Smothering Tithe, giving us about 1,000,000 mana when the opponent draws a whole bunch of cards. How we're going to make our opponent draw cards, we have Kenrith the Returned King, along with Emergency Powers. Emergency Power is going to make the opponent just draw 7 cards randomly. And Kenrith, we can pay 4 mana and make the opponent draw a card. We can also target ourselves with Kenrith to use any of his abilities. On top of that, we have some mass removal in Shadow to the Sky, some more targeted removal in Oath of Kaya, Brazen Borrower to bounce some stuff, Thought Erasure to pick apart the opponent's hand, Banishing Light, again, some spot removal, and then Folio of Fancies, making both us and the opponent draw extra cards. In the sideboard, just a whole bunch of silver bullets, all of our big payoffs in the deck, like Underworld Dreams, Ob Nixilis. We've got a copy of each one of those here, along with Smothering Tithe and Emergency Powers. And then, just like I said, some silver bullets against different types of decks. Teferi, really good against the control. We also have Cry of the Carnarium, another Shadow to the Sky to deal with the more aggro-y decks. Elspeth for some weirder matches, along with, again, Banishing Light, Sorcerer, Spyglass, Agonizing Remorse, and Revoking Existence. Not a crazy hand, but 3 black mana means you can get to Underworld Dreams on time, Oath of Kaya to deal with something if the opponent plays something, so we'll keep this. Additionally, we're going to be able to scry quite a little bit, so it looks like Control and maybe Mill across the table from us. Omen of the Sea sounds fine, so we'll leave that on top. Looks like it's going to be nil for the opponent, which is fine. Play out our land. And we're just going to get down Omen of the Seas now. See what's on top of our deck. Oath of Kaya and Watery Grave. I actually think I'm going to leave both of those, because if the opponent plays a blue spell and mills them, it's not that big a loss. Another Oath of Kaya to hand. Opponent plays Discovery. Gonna make us mill 2 cards. One of them is definitely a land. Make themselves mill. Oh, this is the self-mill deck. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, I definitely think that it's time to play out a Watery Grave and get down our Underworld Dreams. Start hurting the opponent every time they want to draw a card. In the opponent's deck is probably quite a little bit. Opponent plays down a land, plays another Drowned Secrets, gonna mill themselves. Into Discovery. The opponent's well on their way to where they want to be. Take another damage. Find another Radical Idea, so we'll take 1. I think I'm gonna play my tap land here. Land can go to the bottom. I think we're gonna Thought Erasure, see what's in the opponent's hand. cards does the opponent have in graveyard? This discovery dispersal. So I think we'll take a mission briefing. Put Omen into our graveyard. And pass the turn. I'm just gonna lose one. That's a merciful. Merciful Secret Keeper. They're gonna be able to get back there. Phoenix. Radical idea. Gonna hit us for 3 with the shooting kill too. Opponent's going to town, man. Up to 20, we're down to 13. Opponent goes to 2. 18, and back 3 pieces. Out 4. So we'll play out a land. We'll take 2. Yeah, I think the opponent's got it. We'll board wipe. Slow. Bum this doesn't draw us cards. That's a game better. Opponent down to 16. 15. And they find a 1-drop. Oh, I found another land, which is gonna be the game. I'll throw out the good game. Concede. No, maybe the opponent doesn't seed it. Doesn't see it. Looks like they do. Found the last creeping chill. We actually won there. Okay. Fair enough, opponent. Oh, hi. Not a terrible hand, so we'll keep it. We'll play a tap land, scry a little bit. Underworld Dreams. Well, that is the namesake of our deck, so we'll keep it. Opponent plays a Scorch Spitter. So an aggro deck from the opponent, which means it might be worth just playing off curve a little bit. Try to avoid damage as much as possible. Opponent's gonna get in for 2, takes down to 18. It's at a runaway Steamkin. We'll play a land untapped, some life. We'll play down our Papaya. Kill their Steamkin, go back up to 19. Opponent plays the champion, and the second champion. We're getting for 6 here. Really need to find an untapped land. Find an untapped voice on top of everything. That's a black source. We'll play our Underworld Dreams. We're down to 7 at most next turn. Really need to find any land works, I guess, because then we can get out our Kenra. Prefer it to be a white source. Opponent plays out a land. Going to combat. 6. Taking us down to 7, maybe even less. Didn't find the white mana there. We get our Shadow to the Sky online. Not a terrible hand. We'll keep it. We got our phase, so we could try that out maybe. We'll play our Temple. Scry, Banishing Light sounds fine. Gives out some green mana. Makes a 1/1. This looks like the adventure deck. We'll play out a Fountain. Cast our Omen. To scry a little bit. Underworld Dream seems good. Temple is our 3rd black mana, but yeah, I guess we'll leave it on top. Draw our Underworld Dreams. Looks like it's green-red adventures. We'll play out a Temple. Leave Obnixilis on top. Play out a Fae. Just a 1/4. Doesn't die to Stomp. Just no reason to not play it right now. When it plays a land, it plays their Lovestruck Beast. Okay. We'll play a tap land. Shadow to the Sky is pretty good. I'm just gonna banish their Lovestruck Beast. Lovestruck Beast down. No attacks. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Tapping some mana. Untapping. Retapping. Searches for a land. Puts it into the battlefield. They have white mana. We draw a card. Play a tap land. We'll play a tap land. Lay down our Smothering Tithe. There's 2 to us. Pass the turn. See what the opponent's gonna pay. Opponent does. They play a tap land, gonna scry. Play out their 4/3 maybe. Nope, gonna search for another land. Sounds good. Play a tap land. Well, Obnixilis. And pass the turn.
Wading through the bones of civilization.
So the opponent want to pay 2. Opponent pays 2. Takes 1.
Knowledge is not without price.
Thinking of dealing some damage to Obnixilis. Plays Tapland. Outlaws Merriment. Passes. We'll play down an Underworld Dreams. And pass the turn to the opponent. Opponent makes a 1/2, gets to deal 1 damage to something. Sure. They deal to Ob.
You will come to regret that.
So the opponent want to pay us 2 mana. They do. They take 2 down to
It is just a
17.
small headache.
Opponent plays a Lucky Clover. Sure. Plays an Outlaw's Merriment. We'll sack our Omen. Search. Both of those are very good cards. 3, 6 mana. Don't have enough for that yet. So I think we'll do it like that. Attack with both their creatures. We will eat their 1/1.
Your courage is pathetic.
We'll cast our Granted. Thinking about getting Revoke Existence. I like Revoke. We'll take Revoke. Cast Revoke. Exile a Merriment. That's a turn back to the opponent. No attacks. That's a turn. Opponent makes a 1/2, gets to deal 1 to Ob, takes 2, down to 15.
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
Gets in for 2 at Ob, we'll block 1.
You will now perish first.
Opponent plays our Capland down to 13. Plays their Beanstalk Giant. We're 1 mana short. That's fine. We'll cast our Shatter the Sky. Blow up the board. Draw a card. Lose some life. Give us a treasure. We'll cast out our Fae. And pass the turn. Opponent makes a 3/1. It's to make some decisions.
Try not to think too hard.
I think it might be emergency powers time. Getting in for 3 at Ob. We will block. 3/1 down. Opponent casts a Deafening Clarion and kills our creature. That's an Outlaw's Merriment, and that is the game. We'll play our Swamp and emergency powers it up. Opponent gonna take 14. And that'll be the game. Sure, we'll play O's out. Get the opponent for 3.
Knowledge is just a
And there goes the opponent.
suffer the dream. I am your inner demon.
Not a terrible hand, so we will keep it. Oh, excuse me. Player Temple Silence. It's a different color of mana. Ooh, we found some white mana. This would have been better to play the blue-black. Fair enough. Sure, we'll keep the white mana for now. Opponent draws a card. Plays a tap land. We'll play an untapped land. We will Thought Erasure the opponent. Take the opponent's Elspeth Conquers Death, I think. Yep. We'll leave the untapped land on top. He plays a land. We'll play tap land. Folio of Fancies on top is fine. And pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Goes to attackers. We'll cast out our Omen. See what the opponent does. Says the Omen's good. You get to scry a little bit. Leave Folio of Fancies on top. See if I can draw out the counter here. Play a land. Cast my Folio of Fancies. And it does counter. So counter down. I'll cast out my Fey Wizard. Pass turn. Opponent plays a land. Plays out a fairy. Okay.
I am not going to sit this one out.
Ooh, gonna bounce.
This might be a bad idea.
That means that it is time to cast our Underworld Dreams. So we'll play a land, untapped, play out our fairy. See what the opponent does. Opponent to go, and Underworld Dreams. Sounds good. Pass back to the opponent. Cast a Spectral Sailor, sure. Takes one. Down to 19. Cast a Tithe figure. Okay.
Let's try this.
Find another land. We'll play a tap land. Pass the turn. No attacks. End turn. See what the opponent does. Opponent bounces our dreams. Sure, that's fine. Opponent goes to attackers. Passes attackers. Takes up their delay.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Do a little bit of scrying. Find a Smothering Tithe and a Watery Grave. I think we'll leave Tithe on top. Take our... put our Watery Grave to the bottom. We'll cast Tithe. See what the opponent does. Opponent casts a Veto, sure. Cast Underworld Dreams. Resolves, no attacks, pass the turn. Opponent takes one. Down to 18.
Trust me,
Opponent
I
takes
have a
up
plan.
to Fairy. Passes the turn. We find a land. Pass to combat. No attacks. Pass the turn. Opponent draws a card, loses a life. Loses another life. Opponent plays Birth of Meletus. Finds the Plains. Probably gonna play it for a turn. Opponent goes to attackers. Opponent gonna bounce our Underworld Dreams. Pass back to us. Pass the Thought Erasure. Opponent. Cast an Absorb. Sure, that's fine. We'll play out our Dreams. Pass the turn, no attacks. Probably should have attacked. I messed it up. Fair enough. Opponent down to 18. Yeah, I should have attacked into the Teferi. Either force the block or eat the Teferi. Either way works. Opponent casts a God Eternal. Plays a Giant Killer, making a 4/4.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
And another Kenyan. Guess we should have played. Oh, I couldn't have done it. Pass the turn, no attacks. Opponent takes 1. It's going to gain 2 life at 19. Opponent plays a land. Takes up Teferi.
That's more like it.
Going to attackers. Swings in with the 4/4 and the 3/6. We will block. The God Eternal. We'll bounce our Fae, discarding 2 cards. Pick up our Fae. Take 4. 12. And we'll see what we draw. We draw a Temple of Silence. We're 1 mana short. We've been a mana short all game. Let's do this grant Fae Wishes. See if it gets countered. What do we want? 1 mana off being able to do this. We're just out of steam. Still feels like Shatter might still be the best play. Play a tap land. Get to scry. Land to the bottom. Play out our Fae, pass the turn. 3, 6, 10. Yeah, opponent's got us dead too. Gonna draw a card. Lose a life, down to 18. Gonna Brazen Borrower. 4/4. Yeah, opponent's got it. Maybe they won't see it, but I doubt it. Really needed 1 more land that turn for Shatter.
Don't worry.
Okay, so
I
we
got this.
are gonna get to live another turn, looks like. Maybe. Okay. Oh, they're gonna tap down our creature? Yep, figured it out. Got his opponent. Hand's not great. We'll give it a try though. See where it goes. Player temple, get to scry. Another temple we actually want because we want to get to 3 black mana for this. Underworld Dreams. Oh, it's a red-black deck. Looks like red-black sacrifice, maybe. Player temple, we'll get to scry. Fey of Wishes is fine. Plays a land, takes 2 more. Gets 1. Oh, they're Mardu Knights. This is Mardu Knights. We'll play Hollow Fountain untapped. Cast our Fey of Wishes. Pass the turn. Opponent loses 2, down to 14. Plays a Bell of the Brawl. We'll block their 2/2. Play out our Fabled Passage, crack it. Get black mana, cast Underworld Dreams, pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent down to 13. Sky Knight Legionnaire, getting in for a ton of damage. We'll block their 3/2 in the air. Still here, down to 8 is pretty rough. Also gonna pump their knight. Play out a 2/1. We'll play an untap land. Go down to 6. Player Obnixilis. Kill their Bell.
I come insignificant. Cherish. Others will learn from your mistake.
Opponent loses 4.
Try not to think too hard.
Down to 7, but I think
Knowledge
we're
is not
just
without
gonna be
price.
short.
It is just a small headache.
I don't think there's any way we survive this. And makes everything worse. Opponent getting in with the crew, and that is game. We'll block a 3/3, but we are dead. One more turn and it would have come together. Worst hand in the world, so we'll keep it. See what the opponent's on. Blue, red, something. We'll play out our Scryland. Fey Wishes is fine. Plays a Castle of Antris. Play an untap land and thought erasure the opponent. The opponent's got a Brine Board and Cutthroat. There's some type of blue-red, some type of blue-red flash deck. Okay. It's like the opponent is trying to draw a ton of cards, which is actually good for us. So it means this Underworld Dreams is going to be pretty good. Opponent plays Tapland. 2 down to 16. We'll play a land. We'll play our Underworld Dreams. Plays an Op. Plays a Cutthroat. Second Op. land. Underworld Dreams comes down. Opponent down to 19. Comes in for 4, down to 12. We find a board wipe. We'll play a land, take 2, and we'll attempt to cast the board wipe. Opponent's got the counter. I think that might be a game. If they don't... Ooh, opponent lets it go. Grindborn down. They take 1. 15. Guess another cutthroat. Not the best, but... They hit us with Golden Crusher. Bring us down to 8. Cutthroat gets in. For 3. 5.
I lead the way, but my brother. Fear is a tool. Use it.
Looks like we're just gonna be short again. Pass the turn. Put it down to 16. Gonna pump their cutthroat. Okay.
Embrace your
So
fear
I'm
and
gonna go down
charge.
to 2 here. No. Blockers, block, down to 2. They stomp, they just win. If not, there's still not a whole heck of a lot going on for us. We do have a stomp in next game. Sure, we'll give it a try. Includes a tap land. Also play a tap land. Don't think we need another emergency power, so that go on the bottom. One draws a card, plays an untap land. You will play an untap land. Attempt to thought erasure the opponent. Opponent has the counter, okay. Opponent plays a land, passes the turn. We'll play a tap land. Folio of Fancies, eh? Well, at least it's something to do, so we'll keep that on top. Brazen Borrower. Bounce the Brazen Borrower. Opponent plays a land, passes. We'll play a tap land, pass the turn. Opponent casts a cutthroat. Cutthroat's fine. We'll cast out our borrower, see if the opponent has the counter. Does have the counter. Staggering Insight, gonna get to draw a card and gain some life. Not going well. It's not a board wipe. Play at our land. Play an Underworld Dreams. It's starting to feel over. Play our Omen. Opponent thinking over their options. Bounce into Underworld Dreams. We get to scry 2. Don't think I want these lands. And then draw a card. Another land. staggering insight. Gonna get him for 7, 6, going up to 32. Draws 2 cards. Don't even have enough to cast our emergency powers next turn. Play a tap land. Shatter the Skies, the next card. Okay. Say good game and scoop it up. Okay, this hand looks fine. Opponent plays a temple. We will match them with my own temple, get to scry. Another temple. Temples do not feel good, man. Sure, temple's fine, I guess. Opponent plays a second temple. Gets to scry. One on the bottom. Play another temple. Get to scry. Ob is fine. We'll play a tap land. And pass the turn. There's the battlefield. Target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library, separates them into 2 piles, face up, face down. Put 1 pile into your hand, the other into the graveyard. Okay, so we'll cast it. 2 Thought Erasures. Do I want these? I think I do. Draw a card. Okay, so separate. So the top pile will be face down. Your opponent, do you want 2 lands or do you want your goose? Opponent takes the 2 lands, okay. We'll play a land. Let's look at what the opponent's got going on over there. Well, we are probably taking this Agent of Treachery. Don't need a second Fae Wishes right now, I don't think. We will crack a land. Get some black mana. Play our Folio of Fancies, I think. No. We'll just cast the second Thought Erasure. We'll take the Growth Spiral out of the opponent's hand. Another land. Yeah, that's fine. Keep the land. Opponent draws a card. Cast the Growth Spiral. Place a tap land. Another land. 3, taking us to 17. We'll play a land. Play our Folio of Fancies. Have the opponent mill 3 cards. Or 4 cards, rather. Hit some good hits. Plays Atris, Oracle of Half-Truths. Uro. Which one of these is worse for me? Good try to be... Oh, the top pile is going to be face down. Okay. So... That might be too tempting. Yeah, let's do it like that. Take the Uro and the Liliana. They let casualties go. Cast Uro. Gain some life. Draw a card. Play an Omnixilis. Shoot him down. Kill Atris. Opponent draws 2, loses 2.
Suffer the... I am your
Play a
inner
Temple
demon.
of Silence. Another Temple on top. Sure, that's fine. Sure, we can draw 0 cards. It's fine. Perfect. Opponent down 16.
Try not to think too hard.
Play a tap land. Opponent gains control of Omnixilis. Kill the goose, makes food. Lose a life.
Knowledge is not without prize.
What is in our sideboard? I honestly don't remember. But I do think it is Fae of Wishes time. Let's see what's in our sideboard. I should be running a bounce spell in here. I'll take Oath. Lay down my Temple of Deceit. Kenrith, eh? Don't think I can take Kenrith. Play out my Fae Wishes. And pass turn. Actually, let's just activate this for 0 so it stops asking me. Opponent draws card. Guess it was worth it to take the other magic.
I will protect the virtue
Good.
of this world. Harness the elements.
Agent of Treachery. Great. It's not like that was the card I was hoping to avoid or anything.
Even the weak serve a purpose. It is just a small headache.
Go to combat. We'll take down Omnixilis. Cast emergency powers. Shuffle up, draw 7 new cards. Play out my Smothering Tithe. Play a tap land. Pass the turn. Opponent either pays 2 mana or we get a treasure. Opponent has about 35 million mana though. Definitely not good. Opponent plays a tap land, gets to scry. Great. Well, we will tap this first. Pretty rough with the casualties. Opponent takes up.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Goes to combat. Swings in for 8. We're down 4. Hero gains some life, draws a card. It's a tap land. Cameo.
I would like to ask about any user anomalies. I know I noted this somewhere.
I'm gonna put some cards in the graveyard. Play the goose. Make some food. We draw a tap land. Play our Thought Erasure. Take a second Nissa, I guess. Oh, we can't even make the opponent discard. Sounds good. I mean, it's over, but we'll cast Othakaya. Kill a breeding pool and consume. A lot of removal in this hand. We'll give it a try. Emergency powers just takes too long to get to. Like I've been saying a few times, this deck just feels too slow for this format. Play a tapped Temple. Find an Underworld Dreams. It is the namesake card of our deck, so we'll keep it. Opponent plays black mana, plays a Duress, has their pick. Best thing for them to take would be Omen of the Sea. Yep. Play another tap land, pass the turn. Opponent plays a tap land, plays another Duress. What do you want now, opponent? Opponent takes an Underworld Dreams, sure. At least get on the board. We'll play out our Watery Grave and pass. We'll cast our Brazen Borrower. No response to the opponent. Brazen Borrower down. We'll play a tap land. Go to combat. Swing in for 3. Has removals there. Turn. We draw a second emergency powers. We are about 1,000,000 turns away from casting. Opponent gets in for 2, goes back up to 20. Find another card we can't cast. Pass back to the opponent. Opponent has a duress. Don't think it matters, opponent. Take whichever one you want. We only run 3 of these in our deck. We only run 3 of these too. So we've seen almost every single copy of Shatter and Emergency Powers in our entire deck. Draw a tap land, so we'll play a tap land. Find a Fabled Passage. Well, that gets us 1 mana closer to our Emergency Powers. Opponent draws a card. Goes into 2. We'll play a Fabled Passage and attempt a board wipe. Do you have a responsible? Opponent carefully considering their options. They are going to counter with a Mystical Dispute. Sure, that's fine. Shatter the Sky down. Plays a land. Plays a Thief of Sanity. Says good game. We'll say good game back. We take 2 down to 10. Really need to find an untap land this turn. So we have protection against the... we do not find an untap land. We'll go for Shatter this guy again. The opponent's got the counter. Opponent's got the counter. Let's feel premature. We've got 5 cards in yard. Sure, that's fine. Pass the turn. Could have really used an untap land that turn. Opponent finds another land, gains some life. Pass the turn. Sure. Down to 6. Opponent's using Thief of Sanity. Mill 2 cards. Go to our turn. We do not find a land again. Play out Kenrith. Put the counter. And we'll scoop it up. Yep, just couldn't find lands that game. It's not great, but we'll give it a spin. It's got Omen of the Sea. Hopefully it draws out of stuff along with Temple. Sure, we'll keep a 4th land. Opponent plays the tap land. We'll play Hollowed Fountain untapped and Omen of the Sea. We'll scry 2. Don't think we need that, but I will keep the... Oh, actually, I don't have 2nd white mana, so I guess we're keeping both. I want the Omen next turn. Or, I have both of them by next turn, but I mean, I want the Omen first. I guess maybe the Omen first. The opponent is a food deck. We will play a tap land, and we will open the sea. Do some scrying, then draw a card. Definitely want to try to get Smothering Tithe online. Opponent plays a land, loses some life. Looks like the opponent might be a sacrifice deck. We'll play a land, pay some life. Just blow up the board here. Mayhem Devil can take over games quickly, so just want to deal with that. Nothing like that. Cauldron Familiar. Draw an untapped land. Play a tap land. Find Obnixilis. We're just gonna board wipe again. Blow up the board. Opponent draws a card. Activates Trailer Crumbs, finds a land, cat. Plays a tap land, plays a goose, gets some food. We'll play a land, activate our, cast our Granted, go get a Spyglass. Play Spyglass. Name Cauldron Familiar. Ooh. Yeah, I'm still just gonna name Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Opponent's at least gonna have to cast out their Rampage. Opponent swings in for 1, takes it to 13. We get a Kenrith. Play out our Smothering Tide. Cast our Faith. Sacks food. Activates their Trailer Crumbs. Finds themselves a Midnight Reaper. Backs their Fabled Passage. The opponent want to pay 2. They do. They don't want us getting treasures. Cards. Passes the turn. We'll play out our Obnixilis here. Attempt to kill their Midnight
But I
Reaper.
have the heart of a warlord. I am fresh blood.
We're gonna lose.
Ideal.
They're gonna lose. Hold on. They have to let us make our
Suffer
treasures
the
also.
dream. Try not to think too hard.
Play our Underworld Dreams. Auto pay. Pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent can activate their trail if they want. They opt not to. The opponent gonna pay 2. Opponent down 15.
Knowledge is not without prize.
Out their Grass Rampage and kills our Obnixilis. Casts a Mayhem Devil. Back to food. Goes 1 to us. Let's look at the top cards. Sure. Finds themselves a trail of crumbs. It's down to 12. Plays a tap land. Go to our turn, draw a card. Find a Brazen Borrower. We'll cast our Shatter the Sky. Pass back to the opponent. Opponent down to 14. They are going to pay though. Plays out their Trail of Crumbs. We'll respond. Actually, it's fine. People can have it if they want. Probably going to take back their cat here. Going to be able to take some cards. When it finds another Trail of Crumbs. And another land. So Cauldron Familiar back out. Okay. There's another Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Plays the tap land. I'm gonna just cast my Brazen Borrower now. Auto pay. Find another Underworld Dream, play it. Go to combat, swing into 3, opponent down to 13. Pass the turn. 11. Change for our Smothering Tide, goes to 11. Going to attackers. Swings in for 2. Down to 8. Cast another Trail of Crumbs. Make some food. It has a Murderous Rider for our Brazen Borrower. That's fine. Opponent down to 9. Opponent plays the tap land. Go to our turn. We draw a tap land. We'll play out our Kenrith. Play a Scryland. On top is an Omen. I don't think I need Omen. Put that on the bottom. Pass back to the opponent. Opponent's going to go to 7 here. Are they going to pay for our Smothering Tithe? They are. Opponent goes to 7. Opponent has 8 mana. They're going to gain some life. Be able to take some cards into their hand. You find a Murderous Rider. Looks like Murderous Rider is really all they're going to be able to do this turn. This card they're never going to be able to activate. He finds a Brontodon. Goes up to 10. Down to 8. A couple cards that just win the game here. A Swamp is not one of them. Really wish it gave me the chance to respond to my end step, but game does what game does, I guess. Opponent gonna pay for Smothering Tide, go down to 6. Gonna be able to blow up at least one of our Underworld Dreams. We are gonna scry. Pay wishes, do it. I don't remember what's in my sideboard again. So we're gonna put both these on the bottom. We're gonna activate our Omen again. 2 more cards that aren't gonna cut it. Opponent's at 6. I don't think Faye does it. It's the bottom. Let's see what the opponent does. Opponent plays out the castle. Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider. Gonna blow up an Underworld Dreams. Okay. Well, that comes down to this. That was exactly the card I needed, and that'll do it. Put this card into play, and the opponent loses. Takes 7 treasures, opponent loses 7 life. Yep, just had to keep digging with those Omens of the Seas. Finally got us there. And I think that'll do it, guys. Thanks for joining me into this adventure into Standard. For those of you watching me on Twitch, you can check out all the old streams either underneath on my channel on Twitch for the next few days, or if you're on YouTube, you can go to Spuzzem space TCG. Spuzzem is spelled Spuzzem space TCG. If you're on YouTube watching this, you can check me out on Twitch live. Usually stream 5 p.m. or later at Spuzzem TCG, no space. Well, anyway, that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. Thanks for joining me, and have a good night.